or crouched or, clung to the side of walls and looking down from rooftops and scuttling around quietly would be what Vigo would be scouting for. Just key individuals, key points. If a bunch of people live in building number 2, identify that and maybe be aware that that could be a source of a lot of guards pouring out of, kind of thing.
Solid.
Now, forgive me and my sickliness. What were you guys doing with the compound? Was Mood just going to try and take it out?
I was going to try to take it out because we were waiting for the high priority targets to be there.
Right,
and I think we're all going to get
2 days or something like that.
Which was what we skipped.
Right. Yeah.
For downtime. And then I was going to try to take it out. Hopefully everyone's there just in case that doesn't work. And then we can play it by ear. Or do we have a plan do we want to make a little plan of what we want to do if my plan doesn't work? My attack doesn't work.
The next attack would be probably the next biggest attack. Then, and we would just try to. Where am I? Try to get as many, figure out who the biggest person is in this, one-shot them as best as possible. And then...
So we want to rush the compound after the attack doesn't work? Or do we want to back up and do something else? Do we want to rush it and then do that? Yeah?
I like the idea of rushing it, personally.
Yeah.
But I don't know if my opinion should be taken into account here. Because my opinion is, let's fight.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We are attacking this compound, and I'm hoping the first attack just works. But if it doesn't work, then I'm hoping at least most of the people will be dead, and only some big hitters that have dispel magic will be still alive.
If we run across people who have magic, I can try to do banishment on them. Making you both probably, and take out the legal folks, and then bring them back.
Okay, I have a question for Mood. Could you please explain what your intention is for the initial assault?
I'm gonna wipe out the whole compound.
Okay, I need a little more description than that.
I'm gonna fill the compound with lava.
Will it cause any collateral damage to the rest of the city blocks around it?
No.
Does the lava come from underneath all at once and start in the center, kind of boil its way out?
It's going to appear.
It's gonna mood there?
Yep. More or less, it's going to basically just be there's going to be no lava, and then they're going to be in lava.
How long does it take for you to prep this little thing?
It takes an hour of me being anywhere within a mile of my target.
Okay, and what is the plan for how you know when the 2 senior guys are right there?
They're going to be... Well, we know that they're going to be here today, right?
Yeah, we're skipping to 2 days forward to say today.
Right, so we're going to wait till we know that they're there. We get a good estimate of when they're there. They're there for a meeting, right? So we could scope it out. We could then, that'd be a good one. Yeah, we could scope it out to see when they show up, and then hit them at that. We knew 2 days. I guess we didn't get the exact time of their meeting, but we could definitely scope it out, which would be a great idea. Or we can take an assumption that they're staying at the compound.
Mr. Diaz, do we have a city map?
You guys aren't on the city map?
No,
I'm on the world map.
My apologies. I'm sitting here chilling on the city map, so I thought you guys were too. Excuse me. And you do know that there are 3 entrances into this city, so you could stake out each entrance to find out when they show up.
We can stake out each entrance, or we can just stake out the compound themselves, right?
Yes.
And because it's a church and it's a huge compound, do we think they would stay somewhere else? Or don't you think they would come here, like, have their meeting and be, like, living it up here because they're high-level officials, so they're living it up in their, like...
Everyone
in
make a
their area,
religion
right?
check for me.
Even me? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm...
even you. Because you know what? You're going to participate.
Okay, but, like, I'm passed out right now.
Well,
This
you
is
guys are,
2
this
days
is 2 days
later?
of talking, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised on that one.
Now, be surprised whenever I... Ooh, -1.
That's par. That's par for the course with you. All right. Silas, you're really big into religion, and Mood, you have connections as well. You guys are both pretty sure that they're gonna want to stay on the compound to be able to keep an eye on their followers, be with their followers, and make sure they're following the doctrine of the Church of Bane.
At this point, would I know, because we've dealt with these people so many times and I've ran into so many different entities of this, would I know what the high-ranking officials would be wearing at this point and how to identify them?
Yeah, you would know that they are going to be wearing ostentatious robes, very decorated, just to show that they're better than everybody else. With the symbol of Bane very predominant.
Okay. I'll give that information so we know who to look out for and see how many high-ranking officials actually are there, because we're not sure if there is only 2 or if there will be more than 2.
Are there any patrols around the church compound other than like the normal city watch kind of walk around?
You actually don't see any of the city watch within the compound.
Right, but in the roads around the compound, like you got the main road coming in from
city
the
watch
west
would be in those
gate.
areas. But as far as
Okay.
like internally, it wouldn't be any of the city watch. It is within the Church of Bane that are in there.
I see. Okay. If in this area here, would it be possible to maybe set up like a picnic?
Could you ping that again? I apologize. Right there? Yeah.
And it would give us a view of the north and kind of the northwest and southeast approaches to the church area. So we kind of hang out there on the day we're expecting the ostentatious people to arrive, and kind of give us a good look out for those 2 directions, and see. Also, it might give us a line of view on the church itself, depending on how the trees line up. So just a thought to have some kind of innocent way to occupy ourselves and not cause to draw too much attention while hanging out. It's a stakeout.
Steak?
All right. Anyone else want to do any little prepping for this?
There's magic shops here. There's little trinket areas, right?
Correct.
Would they have anything for an instant disguise kit? Such as like something where you can like it's undetectable unless you use like some magic device to tell if it's a different person or not.
Not in the main city area. There wouldn't be.
Had a disguise? Is that what you're thinking of? It just it's a hat. It lets you cast disguise self at will.
Yeah. I know there would be such a magical item that would exist in this type of area, but the idea is the church knows what we look like, so we're going to need to disguise ourselves for that.
Do you want to be disguised? Because if you don't care if it's magical, Sabanto can do it.
I'll take a disguise, yeah.
Okay, you can whatever you want to look like. Sabanto will make you look like it.
Just to stay on theme, I will be the right height for once. Are you allowed to change heights or?
It's the same as casting disguise self on you. Well, I don't know what Sabano does.
It's seeming, so it's the same as casting disguise self on
Okay.
you. Yeah, it's the same thing.
So I can't
Same thing.
change. No, I just look like a I'll for mood I'll like look like a supermodel for the 2 days we're doing stakeout.
All right.
Wait, you're looking like who?
A supermodel, Fabio.
A 20 charisma Fabio. I'm here for it.
Now,
Before he got hit in the face with a goose.
I don't know who Fabio is.
What?
Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, you're
Have
kind
you
of
ever
on the
seen-
younger side, I guess.
Have you ever seen like the romance novels with the guy with the blistering hair?
I know exactly what you're talking about. That's
That-
Fabio?
Most of those inspirations are Fabio, yes.
Incredible.
I can't believe it's not Butter Guy, it's Fabio. I just put it in the meme channel.
That's Fabio?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Can't believe you don't know Fabio.
I am but child. Come on now. We've been over this.
This is true. All right.
I request a resolution to Dunnigan's thing.
What does Dunnigan want to do?
Dunnigan passed the fuck out.
Why did you pass out again? I'm still sick, so please bear with me. I don't remember.
Something to do with the monk dude. I want to say
Oh, that's right. Shoot, I had something for this. I hope I wrote it down.
I'd hope you had something for this.
Because you fought him and he knocked you, he brought you down. Then he said he was going to train you.
Yeah, and we did the training a little bit.
Right. And he had you work with Sphere.
Yeah.
I did not write it down. I'm a son of a bitch. Put it. I do remember what I was doing with it. Let me make sure I don't have. Okay, I didn't put it in your GM notes. All right. So what he was working with you is while you are raging, you are able to use unarmed attacks as a magical weapon. If, like, for some reason you were happen to lose your weapon.
Neat.
Do with that information as you will. It's still the strength modifier damage. It's not you don't get to roll for damage. But it is now, they are considered magical.
Cool.
Can he grapple ghosts now?
No.
Oh.
Hey, ho. Is that a thing? Can I do that?
Not yet.
I mean, there's an argument for like when you get magical fists, it's like, oh, so you get all your attacks can treat against like the ghost incorporeal has resistance to physical damage from non-magical attacks. But the magical attacks do normal things. So it's like, oh, magical fists can just basically punch the ghost. Why can't they grapple the ghost?
I'd argue that my forearms and biceps are also magical.
Not yet. Got to keep working with him.
So only one part of my body is magical now.
And it's not your dick.
No, Dunnigan is not that kind of character.
Not according to your lady there.
Look, I went in for a fight and she just kicked this shit out of me.
Yes, she fought you all right.
It was purely pure. Well, that was my intentions. I dare say I was taken advantage of.
All right. The day of the arrival comes. I need everyone who's checking out for the ostentatious people to make me perception checks, please.
Vigo would like to be seamed like a male dwarf, black hair with gray streaks in it, and a braided beard while on stakeout.
Solid.
I think that Dunnigan won't be there.
There's a perception check.
And if he was, he would get down on all fours and pretend to be a pet bear.
Make a deception check for me, Dunnigan.
Yes. One moment.
I'll give you advantage because you could get seamed as a pet bear anyways.
Yeah. Hey, look, if I think I'm a pet bear, everybody else will as well. I'm a pet bear!
Didn't even need the advantage. All right. Dunnigan, you're doing a very good job acting like a pet bear.
Yes.
Vigo, you see people come and
I'm gonna
go.
go shit in the street!
Bear's supposed to shit in the woods. Vigo, you see people come and go, but nothing that really grabs your eye. Silas, as you're looking, you see a carriage, and Vigo, you end up seeing the carriage too, and make this assumption that with how ostentatious this carriage looks, you definitely have not seen anything on the road, and there are many, many guards with the symbol of the Church of Bane on their embroidered onto their clothing. You're pretty sure these are where the priests are coming in from.
I'm going to presume that one of the shrubs next to us on the ground is Cujo. And I think that Cujo can talk to Mood and say, looks like the chickens are in the pot.
Yeah. Okay. Start casting. Yeah. Start casting.
Okay. They're led into the church compound. An hour goes by, and Mood, your spell goes off without a hitch.
Huzzah! So where the compound was, now just looks like the upper torso of like Mood. Just kind of like if he's like sitting there, just like laying over, like his arms are crossed like he's laying at a desk. It's just kind of like his upper, like the vindy arms are just kind of like wrapped. It's made out of this black, like metal, and that just appears. And that's what we see. And then does something happen?
So, all the lava, yes?
Yeah, they're inside the adamantine building, and it's full of lava.
Okay.
But so all we'll see is this giant adamantine statue of Mood.
And then I need you to roll 18d10 fire damage, please.
Okay.
Is that
Oh,
it?
grief.
Can anybody hear anything outside of your statue?
It's solid lava, and then it'd be like 10-foot thick adamantine walls.
Oh, God.
So probably no. There we go.
All right.
I could survive it.
So they get that when it appears, and then every round they end their turn submerged in the lava.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's all fire damage. So if someone's got immunity to fire and doesn't need to breathe, they'll be lovely in there for 10 days.
10 days.
Or till they cast Dispel Magic.
Dude.
That's the weakness of this spell.
I know I say this a lot, but like, what the fuck?
What level is the spell?
The spell is 7th, I believe. I'll just pop it up.
I
Yeah,
got a better
seventh.
question for you. What spell is that?
It's Mirage Arcana, and from the very strange wordings of it, it's essentially, it should have been a transmutation spell, but they really wanted to let 14th level illusion wizards have a lot of fun.
But you're like not that.
I'm not that. This is just the base use of that spell. It's probably the strongest. It's the second strongest spell in the game, only because Wish can do it as an action. Oh, and it's only a 10-minute casting time. Ah, I was wrong. It's not an hour. It's 10 minutes.
Make a training area up to 1 square mile. Look, sound, smell, even feel. Okay, so it's feeling like lava.
From the Sage Advice column, you can fall off. You can climb in this illusionary tree, and you can eat its illusionary food, and it works for you. It's essentially just real.
Dear Jeebus.
Can they kiss my illusionary ass?
They can.
They
So essentially, what's happening is the buildings are getting removed. It's becoming a giant hole filled with lava, and then the new building that is the giant adamantine mood statues also appear.
All right. So it's a 7th level spell, you said?
It's a 7th level spell, so if you got to dispel
It
magic,
does not get dispelled before the person dies.
Hey.
So the most powerful person that could have gotten rid of it does not.
but anyone that's still alive that can cast dispel magic probably could get a shot at it. So if there's anybody else that's alive that has
he was the
dispel
only one that would have been able to do it without dying initially.
magic. Okay.
So
I cannot believe you took another fucking fight from me.
We'll get to a point where this
So-
doesn't happen.
So as
No, I
we're
don't think we will.
showing, I could do this in a square mile, not just this little small
yeah.
compound. And that's why I was talking about before, where it's like, I have the ability to blow up half of a city, it's fun.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, there's a mood statue there. We're just kind of waiting, like, ready. We wait like 30 seconds, like, I think we're okay.
Mood genuinely might be the most overpowered character I've ever seen.
I
No
think
objection?
You haven't met my awakened cat.
there's the awakened cat. I think the crew is stronger.
No, yeah, the crew is stronger than Mood.
At least right now, I think when he gets there, because of the sorcerer changes, Mood might get to be a little bit stronger. But yeah.
But like with this such flashiness, this just paints a target on all of us. They know what mood looks like.
I mean, as soon as you talk to me, you should know what I look like.
I mean,
I'm a giant plant monster! And I'm quite unforgettable.
You're an incorporeal being. That is
I
all
can't
you
go
are
through
to
walls.
me.
I can't really go through walls.
So we're gonna go talk to the mayor now, right?
The dwarf that is Vigo will jump up in shock and surprise as this lava rips through the former church area, and then quickly find witnesses to go, oh my gosh, did you see what just happened? Oh, I can't believe that. Oh, it was terrible. Oh, the humanity. Oh, no.
There's no lava.
You just see the giant Mood statue. The lava's inside.
You know, I tell you there's lava inside
Oh,
the
wow,
statue.
look at that huge statue.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, my gosh, what do you think that means? Oh, it's terrible.
There is a horse-drawn cart going by you, Dwarf Vigo. It goes, hello, friend. That giant statue is very unnerving, yes?
It's highly unnerving. Look at it. It's giant. It's this huge, weird, plant-looking creature. We should be well protected from them by the glorious people in the church, right?
I would think so. Hopefully they are okay. Hey, would you like to buy a wig?
I know you.
Salazar.
Certainly, Salazar. How much you sell them for this week?
The 5 gold for 1 wig.
No problem. I'll take one.
There you go. Would you like to buy some ointment to keep them lithe and fresh?
Yeah, those seem to fall apart my bag of holding. So, no, I still
Oh
have a
no!
few
Don't put
vials
them in a bag of
like,
holding. They will deteriorate within 10 minutes.
I found that out. Thank you for telling me the first time. Appreciate it.
What do you mean the first time? I've never met you before.
I'm wearing one of the other wigs you sold me, Salazar. Don't I look fabulous?
I don't remember selling a wig to a dwarf, but okay.
I'll buy another wig from you for 5 gold.
All right, so you have
Yes, I'll mark off the 5 gold.
Yep, you have 5 gold, and then each bottle would be 1 gold. So you get 1 for free to start.
Right. I bought a couple last time, I think. I'll check
Yeah.
my inventory.
Yeah, so you have 1 more of the wig lotion. Wig ointment.
Thank you, sir.
Wig lotion just sounds weird.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
You didn't have to get so close to the microphone.
Yes, I did. All right.
I'm calling the police.
So he goes off like, and he's looking at the statue the whole time. He says, "That guy looks familiar." He's riding away. What do you guys want to do? You have a giant statue in the semi-middle of town.
Mayor was a good idea.
Sure, let's go
yeah,
see the mayor.
I guess we'll rendezvous with the mayor and be like, "You see this guy? You see that statue?"
Yes, I believe I fought him and he won pretty handedly.
Speaking of that, I had a like an eating question in the back of my mind. What were you trying to bring out? Because I realized I never got to see what you were going to bring out. I was like, oh, it's been eating at me.
I guess you'll never know, my friend.
Oh, sadness.
So we're gonna have people come in, and they're gonna replace the church with another church.
Do we need to build a new compound?
Nah, these guys are gonna be more low key. To be honest, we don't need a compound for them. They're gonna be more. Vigo, would you say street preachers is a good term for these guys for the time being?
Initially, yes, but depending on what may or may not have survived under the great big statue, they might be able to move in and just renovate with some new decorations.
The buildings will be completely unharmed, but everything that was inside of them it'll be very dusty in 10 days. But the buildings, the grass, the trees that were there, the fence that was part of that, any of the basic structure will be untouched.
Oh,
Yes, it'll be full of the ash of all the people that were there.
Yeah, we can get the cleaning crew in there to clear it out.
So you good? Do you need any motivation, so to say, to help us out going forward, or is
No, he was game. He was game.
Yeah, no, I appreciate what you've done for us. It's good to be free. Are my neighboring mayors free as well?
one of the neighboring areas is free.
Our
And
friends
the
are
other-
assisting the others.
Yes.
Very well.
So, yes.
Yes, they're all quite happy. And our work has started.
Tell us, what do you know about the town that's to the north in the next country of here?
Are you referring to Osading?
Yes.
They are a quaint little town. Probably, I'd say. God damn it.
You say, "God damn it"?
Yes, probably. God damn it. No, probably one of the more easygoing towns on the outskirts there. If you're looking to really get involved, though, they're in the center. In the center, you would want to go to the city there.
I mean,
We're still on the city map. Can we have the world map, please?
Do-do-do.
Well, it's more. It's not to the north. It's to the. You know what I meant, though.
I knew what you meant. Northwest.
Yeah. Oh, so in the center, like. So we could probably go through Osadine. How many more towns between Osadine and the main, capital of the country?
You'd be looking at, a few weeks travel. And there should be like a river, more of a town, not necessarily a city along the way, that you could stop at. But that would be the only real stop between that and the city.
Okay, good to know. Do we know who the Dragon Rider for the next, even what the next country is called?
Yes, it's the lady that the one guy had a crush on.
Goliath?
No.
Is that not this one?
No, she's in the mountain region.
Oh, okay.
She's
Then...
she's the Dragon Rider from Pern.
Oh, I thought that was okay. Then I got no idea. Then do we?
The Dragon Rider for this area is Tui with his dragon Bradoth. Bradoth is the purple dragon.
Purple.
Okay, so what does Purple Dragon do?
I don't know if you guys know yet.
I don't remember that in my
Arcana?
They're a new release.
attic.
Arcana check?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad. I can give it a little boost more if you need more.
You don't need to.
Okay.
Purple dragons are very magical in nature. They're pretty good spellcasters. Their breath weapon is force damage. And they're also a conniving dragon, more so than a green dragon would be. They're pretty stealthy.
And Iandis was black.
Correct.
Okay.
Would the color of the circle indicating the border also indicate the color of the dragon?
No, not necessarily, because the white dragon's in the red area. Nice try.
Well, I don't see red on here, but I'm just saying, but so far black is black and purple
So
purple.
the
Well,
red border.
Is there a red border?
We don't have a red border.
Oh, that's right. I have it hidden.
Yeah.
You could just change it to white and be like,
Yeah, I was like, do you want to flip it around a little bit so that the map is color coded?
I mean, I guess I could work on that.
There we go.
You meant to
I
do
mean, for when we figure it out, right? Because
Yeah.
we only have these two little spots.
Ugh.
Okay.
Everybody worships Bane on this continent, right?
What was that?
Yes, it's the continental religion that's been forced upon them.
Okay. I wonder what's gonna happen to Osadine.
I'm sorry, whom?
The next town we're gonna go to, because I feel like they're gonna start being on high alert, and it's gonna be harder to get to the churches going. There's something
Well,
that's sticking in my head. Oh, go ahead.
If there's anything like the politics within the churches in the real world, much as what we saw a lot of the politicking that occurred within the churches during medieval times, even among the clergy, they are vying for power against each other. So they are at times even as more cutthroat than the merchants were, because the merchants at least realized they couldn't wipe each other out without inviting open warfare. The church didn't seem to always have that withholding.
So you're telling me we need to retake the Holy Land?
Not just yet, but think about it. Like I said, but if there were two church elders that both wanted an upper position. They weren't against trying to get dirt on each other or cause something bad to happen to the other to make themselves look better, so they would move up and be more, quote unquote, pious and more powerful within the church. And there's a lot of backstabbing going on in politicking within the church itself. So it is possible that the churches here and the leaders that we just took out in jailing may have been on the outs with Osseding. So the Osseding guys may be, oh, great, we can move into a power vacuum.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think we need to, Vigo, with your contacts, I think we need to set up more networks. And in case anything happens, we should have a notice if something big happens between the churches. I'm sure that's something we could scrounge up some gold to invest in.
So Vigo sits back and says, so you come to me. You need a favor. You ask this favor of me, and this favor I shall grant unto you. Someday I may come to you for a favor. This favor you must not deny me. I've spoken. Where's
Okay.
his throat goes, oh, I'm sorry, I was coughing the throat there. Let me go on. I was practicing a little bit, but I'll speak to my people and see if my friends can't do anything. And Vigo would like to listen to the rest of the conversation before he heads off to go find the day master or the night master of the local dust.
That was easy. And hey, next time you meet my goddess, make sure you give her my hellos then as well.
Yeah, I'm trying not to see her again before you do. Let's make this a thing. I've talked to her more often than you have.
Let's keep it that way then.
Well, I've been there more often. I figure I'm closer to her. I try to cast a healing word on him, and nothing seems to happen. So if I get my hands on Vance's staff, I'll make that thing work for me.
I'm sure you can work the staff very well. So, I'm gonna see if we can do any more research on the next continent.
Well, hold on. Let's. We should definitely find out what Raedra wants us to do, so that we can focus our efforts. Right?
I'll agree to that. Yes. Yes, sir.
Certainly. So Vigo will pull out his sending stone, which he has one half of, Raedra has the other, and say, jailing is free. Please send further instructions. We can wait until your people arrive to take over. I didn't count, but I think that's less than 25 words.
It is. She'll respond with, very good. I'll continue to the next area. Don't worry so much about the takeovers. Just focus on killing the dragon and their rider.
Okay, so we've kind of proven that it's very simple to take off the churches, and it should be a secondary type thing we work on going forward. I think we just need to figure out and bum rush the dragon riders as best as possible and figure out where they're going to be, and kind of make it a. Hopefully, we can hit them before they can mobilize, right?
Yes. Do we know that they have apprentice dragon riders? Is that something our characters know? Because, is that something we know?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we don't know that yet. All right. Okay. Because it'd be like, if we did know that, we should definitely figure out where they're making apprentice riders. Because that's where the eggs are. And that's probably where the queen is? Or at least someone who knows where the queen is to actually super solve our goal.
No, that makes sense.
Right, but I guess we don't know that our apprentices. We just have the burning question of why do they need the dragon queen?
they need the Dragon Queen because she's the one producing the eggs.
Right,
The eggs
but
then grow into more dragons, which allows them to maintain control.
right, but they haven't increased the number of dragon riders since they were founded, which is why it's a burning question.
I would also offer, okay, good question though, but I would offer that possibly they've divided up the country to the size of the plots that they're willing to keep. So if you divide America into 50 states, we really don't want to keep creating more states.
Right, but why go through all the trouble of having the dragons if you already have all the dragons you need?
Backups. Who knows?
But wouldn't the backups be then trying to kill you?
But at some point, the thought is, Raider's thinking is they may use the dragons to invade the southern continent and expand their empire.
Is that her thinking? I thought she just wanted her mom back.
I think initially she told us that we wanted to invade and wipe them out because they were afraid of being attacked. That's what she initially told us.
Okay.
When we all thought she was just an old elf.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, either way, it solves the figure. Yeah. So do we want to go back to Rager and home base and get as much information as they have on the next area and the next Dragon Rider? Because they know them personally.
Well, why don't we ask the mayor of Jiling what information he can give us about Osiding, and then once that's finished, because we need a DM, Vigo will go talk to the Unseen Dust locally and ask if there's contacts in Osiding that we can reach out to and make contact with that way, and then, as was Silas suggested, set up, as with the Dust as the communications network to continue passing messages back and forth, so that everybody stays in contact and the Dust becomes the communications hub.
Sure. Wasn't Osiding a small town? I mean, it's a solid stepping stone for a communications network of spies and whatnot. And yes, that is nice.
It's a stepping stone, right? But stepping stone to get us into the next area and then learn more about the new Dragon Rider.
I mean, we really just need a location, right? That's really what we need. We need a location, and then we can figure out our best form of attack, kind of just jump on her, hopefully kill her, and then move on to the next, right?
All right. Well, no offense. That's something that, no offense to Dunny, that's what Dunny would come up with. Hey, the little, straight up to the middle, Leroy Jenkins, the whole thing.
Well, it's more of, I was thinking more of we find her location, we set an ambush, but that ambush can come from anywhere in the world.
Yeah,
we don't need to lead her into an ambush. We just need her to be not in a fortified space. If she travels ever, we got her. If she ever moves and she's not in a super fortified space, we can appear, kill her, and then leave. So we can basically set up a trap, but the whole world is that trap, as long as it's not somewhere where if we go in, we die. That's what I mean when I'm saying find her location, jump her, and move on to the next. It's less of a smash and grab. It's less of a burst through her lines and kill her, and more of a ambush and then continue.
I understand what you're saying, but again, right now we are metagaming this because we know it's a purple dragon. So in-game, we need to go in, do a little recon, do a little search, kind of figure things out.
No, we know our characters know it's a purple dragon.
Okay, well, all right. So
yes, our characters know it's a purple dragon, and we know the name of the rider because our people know all the riders and all of the dragons because they were friendly with them before they turned on them. We have no idea where they are. But we know like the specialties of the rider and the dragon, because that's who our dragons were. They were basically friends with before they got corrupted and turned. Like they might have some out of left field thing, but they can give us a solid overview summary, so we can have a vague idea of what we're dealing with. High magic probably quite challenging in and of itself, but again, it's more of a we kind of got to find. We got to find them. Yeah, we got to find them and then deal with them instead of slowly taking over the continent. But slowly expanding the spy network over the area will just be a good thing. So I'm not opposed to that.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, like I said, we can do that. It's just the unseen dust is becoming a communications hub, which I think is beneficial as we
Right.
move. And we're trying
Right.
to set things up so people can come behind us and be successful behind us.
Right. Right. I think she just told us that their foothold is now there, and she no longer needs us to be the spear to break towns, but to be the spear to take out the person that our people can't.
Right, I got that part too. Right, I got that part too. So again, I think we go to Osading. We have to do our research, find out where she is, and then establish pattern of movement and or where she's going to be, and then we can go and strike. So yes, Dunny, trying to get where you want us to be and let you fight something, but it's going to take us a minute to locate them.
As long as I get to fight, I'm happy.
Vigo's working in that direction. I'm trying to give you the opportunity, so just maximize your chi and stand by.
We're maximizing chi now.
I'm always maximizing my chi enough to turn it into cheese.
I did not give him that one.
Yeah, you guys are on your own with that.
Speaking of which, where can I get a cheese wheel?
Oh,
Like-
you'd be able to find one in the market.
Straight up Skyrim cheese wheel?
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Skyrim lately.
I've been playing Witcher 3,
Luis,
and I remembered why it's my favorite game of all time.
it is good. Gwent is the best part of Witcher 3, though.
Nah, dog, just rolling around using Igni. 360 Igni is very fun.
Okay, so after we discussed this, after talking with Raydra, getting her message back, Vigo's going to head to go and find the unseen dust in this town, and have a quick chat with the Daymaster, I guess, or Nightmaster, whatever it is.
Have you located anybody yet?
I thought when we left the last one, we had a point of contact for this town. I don't have a note on it, though.
I know you were trying to, but nobody approached you.
That is disturbing. Okay, well, head back to Artisan Road or the Magnificent Merchant Market, whichever, and look around to see if I can notice any thieves' cant or colored messages or something like that, or just walk around and you know, Vigo will approach a few merchants and tip his hat. And say, good afternoon. I am looking for my cousin, who was supposed to have come through here recently. Have you seen him? I need to pay him back 10 gold.
What's your cousin's name, friend? And make a perception or investigation check for your thieves' cant stuff.
And you guys thought that'd never come back into being.
Huh?
Did I get a guidance from somebody before I made that check?
You let me know, yes.
I kick Silas in the shin.
Give him guidance.
21.
Looking around, you don't see anything that would indicate a underground thieves guild type situation here.
That's disturbing. Okay. So, my cousin's name is Rory, and like I said, I owe him 10 gold.
Oh, if you want, I'll take the 10 gold off your hands and give it to Rory when I see him.
Well, I kind of needed a conversation with Rory. I'm staying over there at that inn, and would love to have a conversation with him. Maybe over a game of cards. Say around one candle mark after dinner.
If I see him, I'll let him know.
I appreciate that, friend, and I will offer the man a gold piece for his trouble.
He'll take it. What's your passive perception?
Mine?
Yeah. Silas, I need yours too, I guess, because you are with him.
Well, Silas's is 30.
Like 300,000, I know.
Yeah.
I have you know that
Actually, it's
mine is 11.
17 passive.
17? Okay. So even you would hear, man, there's a sucker born every minute as you walk away.
Remember what this... I want to remember what the store is so I can come back and rob him tonight.
All right. It's a Jory's fruit stall.
Actually, I'm going to talk to Mood. I'm not going to rob the guy. I'm going to ask Mood, do you have any beetles or other little critters that bore into fruit and ruin it very quickly? Or maybe that, form some kind of pestilence? Just like a hazard of, flies and things.
No. I could turn you into a fly if you wanted to eat all of his fruit, but
No, I'm looking to like contaminate the place.
no, I do not have the. I did not. Contaminations is a bit iffy, but Silas might.
I might have something we can pair.
But that's a little extreme.
I don't want to kill the guy. I just want to rot all the fruit in his stand.
Yeah, but it's a little extreme.
I can eat it all.
I mean, I could cast Light or Contagion.
The contagions a little extreme.
Contagions a bit extreme. I just want to ruin his fruit supplies, man.
I can set it on fire.
No, we're not. Okay, no, we're not burning it down. I can burn it down myself. But the question:
I could have it when what touches one of them, he gets teleported into a hole.
Thinking on that one. Okay, what happens if you cast blight on the storefront? Would it rot all the fruit in the store?
If you were what?
If I cast Blight, let me look it up. No, I think there is something. I just have to look it up. That actually, this is like destroys everything. I think it's either Blight or Contagion. If you target a non-magical plant that isn't a creature, such as a tree or a shrub, it doesn't make a saving throw. Yes, it would be Blight. I could probably blight all of this stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's the question. So, Mr. DM, if I was to wander by and cast blight on this guy's fruit stand, would it blight all the fruit in the stand?
I would say yes, it would.
Okay, so glad he got a gold piece. He can restock with that.
That's your one. That's your one. You want it?
No, that's not a favor. No.
I'll
No.
do it for him as a good friend. Because I think it's also messed up that he stole the gold. So.
All right. Are you Are you doing it when, like at night when he can't see anything, or are you like doing it just walking by and doing it?
Oh no, I'd like to do it like in the evening after he's
Okay.
shut. I don't want to affect him personally. I'd like him to come back and find just a stinking morass of rotted fruit.
No, my cabbages! It's now a cabbage stand just for that.
That is a reference from something.
Avatar?
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Y'all call me young. That's a straight boomer moment right there. Everybody knows Avatar.
It's a good show.
It really
Even
is.
my mom.
I'm a boomer, youngling. Shut down.
Point and laugh.
This is your one buy on this, Chris. You get one.
Worth it.
Does you and Silas come back at night and cast blight on his cabbages? Yeah. Or Jory. What's the guy is he just like the cabbage guy?
Yeah, I think they just call it the cabbage guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just called Cab. He's just the cabbage guy. Even his company is the Cabbage Corp.
See, I'm a nice guy till somebody messes with me. Then I'm not so nice.
Is owned by Lao Gong Lan.
That's too many syllables.
His name is a pun on the Chinese words meaning old man or Mr. and wild cabbage. He's old man cabbage.
Solid.
Otherwise
Nice.
known as Cabbage Man.
Cabbage man, yep.
Okay, well, without hoping to visit, hear back from my cousin Jory, which I think is going to fail, we'll still sit in the common room of the inn and roll the dice and put my green pencil and little red cube out.
Okay.
I think I want to check out the Magician's Hold because we haven't explored that at all. That's a bunch of like.
Check out the Magician's Hole.
That's a bunch of. That's a bunch of magic tinkering people, right? Oh, that was the point of that quarter of the city. Was
Yes.
like enchanting and magic item creation and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's go look over there. Because I have one magic item, maybe.
That's all
You are a
you
magic item.
need.
I think I only have one. Like I have a little vial thingy, and I think that no, I got another. I got another amulet. I have a bunch of necklaces.
That's all you need.
We don't have that like. We don't have the sauce, you know. I wonder if anyone over there could bring the sauce.
I'm gonna go to the constable or sheriff.
Okay.
I would have.
Oh. No rats. You may continue.
I was just saying, if we just want to go around and everybody does their own thing.
Yeah, that's fine. You can go ahead and start.
Okay, I'll give it to Mood first and see talk first.
Cabbage guy. Yes, I'd be going over there and looking for something spectacular. I guess that would be a good way to describe it.
Is there anything you're looking for in particular?
Particular? No, I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Every time I think of something, it's like either too powerful or not powerful enough.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's something spectacular that would draw Mood's attention.
Um.
And I have no idea.
All right. Roll me a D1. Or no, sorry. No.
D1?
Shut up. I'm tired and sick. Roll me a D4. Roll me a D4. I knew what I meant. Shut up. Kristen,
1.
I hate you. All right. Roll me a D6. I'm going to regret doing this, I'm sure.
2.
Roll me a D8.
Please get 3. Please get 3.
1.
Roll me
We got low
a
numbers today.
D10.
1.
Wow. And roll me a D12. This is going to be the 12.
9.
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
Are those his new character stats?
Yes, he died. Now he has it. All right. So. All right. So unfortunately, this is not a. They haven't really made a whole lot recently. One of the more rare things that you find is a leather armor of resistance to acid. And they have a weird necklace.
What does the necklace do?
You're not sure, and they're not sure.
So identify doesn't do anything on it?
No.
So it seemingly does nothing, but it's got some magical ability
Yeah.
that they just have no idea.
They were tinkering around. There was kind of like an accident in the shop, and this necklace was produced from it. And they don't know what it does, and nothing that they've done can identify what it does.
That's interesting. I'd take it from them.
I'll sell it to you for 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay, I'll have to come back and get it with. I think I don't have that much money on me. So I'll come back and be
Does
like,
Mood even know what money is?
yeah, it's favor. It's favors. It's favors in a material form. So I would like 500 gold pieces from the pot that we're sharing to get a interesting necklace. That's a gamble on what it does, but magic can't tell what it is, so that intrigues me all the more because it's something I don't know.
You're looking for the party treasurer, who I think is driving home from the woods today.
Okay, so
we do have the party loot bag open, so there is a lot of gold in there.
yeah, I was like, we have a lot.
Spend 500.
Yeah, 500, and then I'll have 79 gold left on me. Is that okay?
I mean, you could probably even trade in some of those like +1 daggers we have.
You'll have to convince me. What's your pitch?
It's a strange amulet that might be able to do something cool. It has an equal opportunity to do something cool. It's got an equal opportunity to summon a bunch of dogs.
One question. Is it shiny?
Yes, you can pet the dogs.
That's a given. Is it shiny?
What does it look like?
Give me 1 second. I'll get you an actual. I'll get you a picture.
Solid? It's
Very
gonna curse me. Let's see what happens.
Couldn't you also enchant it so it's even sparklier?
I think we're on to something there. I'm in.
Okay.
Ooh, I like all the question
Um,
marks down at the bottom.
Then I'll go buy it. Does anything else that they have interest me at all?
No.
That I could, like, anything small that interests me at all that I could haggle my way into getting for the same prices with the necklace? Because I'm thinking, like, Mood wouldn't care about the money, but he might care about something else to use haggling abilities, because he's got really good charisma, but he's not a character that cares about money, so haggling for a better price wouldn't really be what he would do.
Unfortunately, not really.
Okay.
The rolls for the shop are really bad. Sorry.
Yeah, I see that. Okay, yeah, I'll get the necklace.
Are you gonna put it on, or are you gonna have somebody else first?
I'll definitely put it on. It's I don't know. Wow, let's see what happens. I assume they did some basic. They tried some basic stuff with it, but I don't know. Maybe non-humanoid puts it on, something different happens.
All right, so putting it on, and after about an hour, and you attune to the necklace.
Huzzah.
You don't get a name.
Okay.
However, you do get to learn what one of the abilities is, and you have +1 to all your spell attack rolls.
Huzzah! Almost nothing. Just spell attacks.
Yes.
It does not. I don't make spell attacks. Oh, I guess the chill touch. Fuck.
I mean,
You get a sense that there's still more to this necklace, but you haven't either unlocked its potential or figured out, met requirements to make it do more.
Okay.
Did one of the wards come over from the other game?
Nope. I can honestly say this is not a ward.
Is it one of the cursed ones?
Nope.
All right. Is it okay if I do the sheriff, constable, sheriff, jailer thing?
Yeah, go for it. What do you want to do?
So I'm curious. Has there been much crime here lately, or how do you all handle that?
There's not a whole lot of crime here. We have very good guard patrol. We have magical wards placed throughout the city to help prevent crime as well. It does help. Usually if someone does something unsavory, or we get a notification, we can go check it pretty close to immediately. It's a very good system that we have here. We've worked with the mayor to help create as little crime here as we can.
With that being said, I've heard there's things like I've seen them before and I've helped stomp them out. Such as like the underground markets or thieves guilds.
There is no thieves guild here, my friend. There was up until about 5 years ago.
Oh no, what happened? How did you solve that problem?
Once we put special wards in place throughout the city, it helped determine where their entrances were, and we've had them sealed up. We made sure that they were all what's the word I'm looking for? Humanely taken care of first. We didn't bury them alive or anything.
Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, is there any criminals out and about now? Have you heard any rumblings?
The only thing that we've heard, but we just chalked it up to bad produce, was last night one of our cabbage salesmen reported that he lost his entire crop, and he suspected foul play, but it just looks like it was bad and rotten.
You know what it probably was, and I don't mean to speak ill, but those Bane people, they're worshiping very evil people from what I'm. There's probably one of them, and they probably got loose in the city.
Oh.
You should probably want to round up one of those guys.
To my knowledge, the statue's taking care of that. You see the big plant monster statue in the middle of town?
I had noticed that.
It's taken over where the church used to be, so it'll be interesting to see what happens if the mayor decides to do anything about it.
Well, I'm sure the mayor has the best intentions for the city.
He usually does. We have no quarrels with him.
I'll take it for his time, and then I'll keep an eye out for any ill cabbages. As I leave in this, I'm like, okay, nice place. We gotta go. And I'll relay
See,
this.
I told you that the clergy is politicking. I just proved it.
Yeah, I can see that. So, I'll relay that information that the Thieves Guild isn't a thing here, and we should probably stop trying to get in contact with them. We might need to go back to home base and talk to them at that area or one of the other towns.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. I will try to make contact when we get to the next town and see what happens. And if not, I'll send a reach back letter to where we were and let them know what's going on.
Glad to be of service to you.
Well, you did a nice job. Good job.
All right, Dunnigan, what are you doing?
That's a question I didn't consider. Which of my fellows seems the most likely to be involved in some kind of altercation?
If you're looking at a puddle in the ground, you.
My fellows.
Mustard.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'm gonna try and train Mustard again, I guess.
Okay, make an animal handling check.
Okay, I got this one this time. Can I get 2 in one night? I can!
All right. So explain what you're doing to try and train Mustard here.
All right. I guess I want to practice basic obedience, right? Heel, sit, right? It is Mustard very food oriented, food driven,
Is Dunnigan food driven?
obviously.
There you go. There's your
type
answer.
driven. So yeah, I'm gonna train Mustard to heal first and foremost. Always stay with me whenever I'm walking. And then train him to sit. That's all I'm going for.
Yeah, after a couple hours of working with him, he follows those commands no problem.
Darn right. That's 2 in one night. Everything's looking up for Dunny.
Dunnigan can go to bed happy now.
Yes, incredibly.
All right. Okay. Anyone else?
Before we sleep, I'm gonna make the statue, the frontmost statue, this one, look like the mayor instead of Iendis, but just a little too sexualized.
Okay. As you finish this, and people are just kind of like going about their day. You're doing this overnight, right?
It'd take 30 seconds.
Okay, yeah. People begin to walk by and like look and be like, "Hey." Eventually, there is a crowd kind of in front of the statue, like checking it out, until the mayor comes up and like the single moms are like, "Hey, mayor," and he just like turns a beet red and like turns around and like rushes back to his building.
Huzzah.
Okay, you guys all head to bed for the evening, unless anyone else wants to do anything.
Do we want to sleep here, or do we want to go back to base? What do we want to do? What are we doing?
I'm okay with sleeping here.
Okay.
Also, I put what think the mayor statue looks like in the meme chat. No, but I think we should stay here so we don't have to burn going back. And unless we want to try to scry, I haven't done that in a while, and we could use the fountain that's in the home base.
Did you say that's what the mayor looks like?
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
That's what the statue looks like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nicely done.
Do we need? We should probably scry. We haven't done that in a while.
What are we scrying on?
We could try to scry. We have the person's name. We're not familiar with them, but we could try to scry on the next Dragon Rider.
Sure. Go ahead. Yeah. Game. Well, so we know the. We know the. We haven't talked to our people yet, so we don't know about them yet. So it's up to you if you would like to do that or not. But we do know from the arcane check that purple dragons are very magical, so they might.
That might backfire.
It might backfire. So I will leave it to your judgment call on if you want to start throwing scry that way.
With that being said, since that is a good point as the magic user in the group, I think we should avoid that then.
Okay.
But maybe we can scry on somebody else though.
Who you thinking?
The other dragon rider that's in the mountains.
Okay. We know she's very charming. And what color dragon did she have? We have that list.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. White.
She was the white one. Okay, yeah, she's probably. If the hunters are very similar to the riders, she's probably. Well, no, she's very charismatic. That's weird to be on a white one. Yeah, I'll leave it to you. Whatever you're feeling.
We'd have to go back. I have to prepare the spell, and we could probably get more information about them during dinner. And then we'd come back here like a day later, or we could even just have Vance pop us into the closer to the next town, even so we don't travel there.
We don't trust Vance for traveling.
Vance is the best. You need to quit hating on him. You guys are starting his origin story. That's all I'm saying. He's going to be like, these mother truckers, I'm going to put them in the middle of the ocean.
Vance was a real big bad evil guy. If we
He'll be the 13th Dragon Rider.
Tiamat herself.
Oh my.
It's quick giving me ideas. I'm liking this.
Sorry, I'm breaking. So if we go back there, how would we get back to here? Where our next stop?
Teleport?
Okay.
We have mood.
Yep.
Alright, then I'm ready. I'm want to go back and try scrying. It would have to be first thing in the morning, though. So.
Okay, I mean, we can go back. Or we could stay here. Do we want to go back? I got enough left in the tank to get us back easy.
That's fine. We can go back to where we want to.
Again, the only place I can scry is back there because that's where I have that seed on.
Yeah, so if you want to scry them, we can go back. Yeah, let's go back.
Let's go back.
All right, poof. Teleportation circle back to the thingy.
And
To the city?
Yeah, to our main base.
Okay.
To our main base. Back to Raidra. And we can get a more detailed.
So back to Fluxfer.
Yeah, back to Luxfer. Get a more detailed mission brief on what she wants us to do.
Okay. So she'll say to you, you've done very well so far. As we talk, our troops are taking over Idlewell and jailing. And thanks to you, we have troops headed to Zinnius to put in the new church there as well. Within the next week, we plan on going to either Ossiting and Clantha. Clanta's in here. I'll open it up for you guys.
I'm still on the city map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Boom.
Yeah, there we go.
Um,
What color is the county around Clantha?
She'll get to that. She'll say that the dragon rider in Ossiting County is the purple dragon, known as, where'd my names go? Radoth, whose rider's name is Tuye. She is elven in nature, and quite a dangerous spellcaster herself. If you head into the area that Clantha is in, you'll be facing the Emerald Dragon, Bazax, with the rider of Cleatovan.
What are they? What's a small description of them?
Cleatovan is a dwarf. He is very rugged, whereas his dragon. One second here. Bring up the right one. Where his dragon is a very speedy and agile creature. Uses wind has a wind breath that they use.
Okay. Do we have any forward intelligence on either area?
At the moment, no, we do not.
Okay, so both are equally blind.
Yes. The main city in Tuye's area is called Dubor. We're not sure what Cleatovan's city is anymore. Last we knew, we had a agent going there, but they were found out and silenced, unfortunately.
Okay, is either of them more high priority than the other?
No, they're both about the same due to them bordering our entry area.
Okay.
If you could take out one and then head to the next, that would be appreciated.
Okay. Who has an opinion on which one they want to do? Wiggly Finger or Rugged Winds?
Vigo will hold his vote.
I vote
Purple.
Rugged Winds.
I vote purple.
Wiggly Finger?
Yeah.
But Donnie, doesn't seem like a rugged dwarf might be more of a physical battle?
I can hit them either way. But
did the spellcaster have a specific school that she was good in, or that she favored? Or was it very generic? Was she very generic?
More of a astral magic user.
Okay.
So that sounds more like a mood kind of combat.
That sounds a lot harder to find. So my vote will be rugged wind person first.
If they're hard to find, then let's go with the dwarf.
Yeah, but I'm a little worried about I'm a little worried about which one would be more devastating if they decided to crack back. But I guess kind of wouldn't matter, as they'd both be painful. So I think we could probably take out green faster than we could take out purple, which is why I'll vote green.
Okay. So you want to go to Klanta versus going to Osiding, and Klanta is the physical dwarf.
Yeah, I'd vote to go to that one first, because if we were spending too much time in Osiding, Dunmore area, Klanta might come back and take our territory while we're busy, instead of us being able to take the Klanta area, giving the purple area less time to be able to crack back at us. Because if anyone's going to crack back, it's going to be one of those two, right? Most likely, unless they come in from nowhere, but...
That's what neighbors do.
I'm sorry. The Emerald Dragon is psychic. Psychic.
Ah. Okay.
Don't like that. Hurts my head.
Then I will also abstain my vote because they're both the same.
Well, Dundee, you're going to face off against a Wiggly Finger rider or a dwarf who's more likely to want to duke it out fisticuffs.
Promise?
I promise to get you into a fight.
Okay. I'll go.
We're going to Klanta.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, because that's the only city we know of, right?
If Mood says it's 6-1, half a dozen, then we're going to Klanta.
Yeah, cool. I'm down.
All right, choice. Silas, any input?
Oh, I just think we should go to Klanta as well. I think it's where the dragons will be dragoning. I currently have Welcome to Atlanta Where the Players Play stuck in my head now because of this.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Atlanta.
It's
Aha.
it's a song.
I lived there for a while.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I prefer
All right. So
Miami
that's the
by
plan.
Will Smith.
And does Raidra have any information on Klanta for us other than what she's already passed on?
It's a small city, not really known for anything. So
Yeah, well, let's at minimum we can get there and ask where's the next city, and we could feel a vibe.
Okay.
Go in the morning.
Yeah, we'll do it in the morning when Mood's able to.
okay. Silas, did you want to do something tonight?
I will cast. Which one is that? I haven't cast in a while. Hold, please. Commune as a ritual.
Ooh, commune.
And first question is there a stronger church presence in the green area. I forget the name of the country. Is that a stronger religious presence than what we have seen so far?
You get a very solid no.
Oh, that's really good. Is there... What town is currently the
You gotta ask.
Cinnabon?
You gotta ask yes or no.
Oh, I forgot that. Does anybody else have any other ideas? Is there any corrupt politicians in Planta that we should be worried about?
You get a solid yes.
Okay. Is the Dragon Rider in a city in the center of the green area?
You get a no. you get a no because it's technically not in the center, but it's pretty damn close.
I get the feeling. Okay. That's all I got.
Here, I'll show it to you.
Okay.
It's close, but not quite.
We kind of know where it's at. Okay. That was my 3 questions.
Well done, sir. Vigo is not going to try to steal Vance's staff or spellbook tonight, so that's up for Vigo.
Mm.
You're not
What?
gonna try and steal his staff tonight?
No, I'll leave that for another day.
Okay.
I think Vance's staff would be fun to play fetch with for Mustard. So I'd like to pitch the idea of playing fetch with the best dog in the world to Vance.
I don't see why not. It sounds like it'd be fun.
Like ya.
And I'm just gonna take a staff from him.
This is perfect for it.
Oh, very well. Just bring it back when you're done.
Okay.
As you leave his room, the staff disappears out of your hands.
Ah!
I'm gonna go back and get it.
Okay, you go back, you pick it back up.
Mm. I think I must have dropped this on the way out.
Oh, no worries.
keep-
No worries.
I'll keep 2 hands on it this time.
Well, that's probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna leave again.
Disappears out of your hands.
Well,
I believe you dropped it again.
Mm.
I think Vance is the one playing fetch.
Mm.
I'm gonna call Mustard into the room.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Well, it seems I can't leave the room without dropping it, so we're gonna play in the room.
He says, "Give me 1 second," and he makes some hand symbols, and a line on the floor spreads out and it opens up into like an archway, and it fills the portal. And he takes his staff and he throws it through the portal, and Mustard goes after it.
Yeah.
Mood and Silas and Vigo, while you guys are talking to Raedra, this portal opens up in the middle of the room, and a staff goes flying through it, and the Mustard comes flying out after it. picks up the staff, runs
Solid.
back through the portal.
So anyway, the adults are talking now.
Remind me again,
One
what
sec,
kind of
phone
dog
call.
is Mustard?
Mustard is just a dog.
Wonderful,
Danny
thank you.
never figured out what kind of puppy he was.
It's like the size of like an Irish Greyhound.
Irish Wolfhound?
Irish Wolfhound, yep.
Didn't you say that he's like a mastiff or something? We never really.
You don't
hashed
know
that
what
out.
kind of dog it is.
He is mustard. Mustard is mustard.
You think he's a mastiff.
Okay. And I'm going to continue to think he's a mastiff. I have no reason not to.
Yeah, he's a small stray.
He's my baby mustard.
Yeah, so Mustard comes back through the portal, bringing the staff back.
Do it again.
Vance will pick up the staff and throw it back through the portal.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Mustard this time.
Silas, make a dexterity saving throw.
Of course, it's me. Dexterity.
With your passive perception, you hear the hum of the portal as you turn and see the staff come flying out, and you just duck out of the way in time as it goes flying past you as Mustard comes barreling by you to try and get to the staff. As he grabs it and turns around and starts running with it, the staff end hits both Vigo and Silas as he's just running through back and through into the portal.
That's my boy.
You don't see this.
Oh. I said I was going with him.
Oh, you go through the portal? Oh, as you try to go
Yeah.
through the portal, you can't go through.
Oh.
Okay, that's it. Vance is losing that thing.
So Mustard comes back through again with the staff.
That's a good boy. All right. That's enough playtime for now.
Vance says, come back when you wish to play again. That was fun. I need a little break.
Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Stickman.
Because does Dunny actually know Vance?
You have been introduced to him.
Yeah, no.
Thanks, Mr. Stickman.
There are worse nicknames.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You guys make your way to bed for the evening. If nobody else has anything.
I'll talk to Vance about see if he can do anything about the weird amulet.
He'll look at it and he'll try and cast Identify. And he'll go, this is a very interesting find. It looks like it'll get more powerful as you use it. But I can't guarantee anything on that. I do wish you'd come back to me if you unlock more.
Do you have any inkling about how to unlock more?
Well, with what you're able to do with it currently, I would say cast spells that require you to make attack rolls.
Oh, okay.
Try that and see where it goes from there.
Can I just start popping things?
Chances are you need legitimate targets for it.
What do you say, legitimate targets? How specific is that?
I'm not gonna let you cheese it, Eric.
I was like, because I can summon real things to shoot.
Yes, I know you can.
I can summon real things to shoot. Do I need, like, moving targets, or do they have to be hostile? I
Let's
mean, even
say
then I could make them hostile, but they just want to be challenging. What's the where was Landon here?
it'll only level up when you're fighting the dragon riders or the dragons. How's that?
Okay, solid. They got to be challenging.
Yes, they have to be challenging.
They got to be challenging. Okay. Talk to him. I don't think I have anything else.
Alrighty. You all go to bed in your respective quarters for the evening. And you wake up in the morning feeling refreshed. Another day. What do you guys want to do?
To Clantha?
I'm going to cast Cry first on Sidovan.
Ooh.
Let me bring. I had Scry up here. Give me a second. I don't know how to link it from here.
No, you're fine. I got it up. So she's gonna have a +5 to it. It's a wisdom save though, so.
Wisdom save of 19.
Oh boy. Come on. Yeah, unfortunately, as you go to scry, vision gets blurry and you don't see anything.
I think we tried, folks.
All right, good try.
That is a good roll.
And you tried to try on who, the Dragon Rider?
Yes. The Emerald Dragon Rider. But I'm guessing.
And
Wait. The Emerald Dragon Rider?
Yeah.
Oh, he'd still pass. It would be -2 for that one.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant the White Dragon Rider.
No, the Emerald Dragon Rider.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So it would be a +3 instead of a +5, but he would still succeed.
Okay. Yeah. They don't know anything happened though. Unless they have something special. I'm guessing. Alright, that's all I got.
So to Clantha?
Yes.
Okay. Let's take a little detour to the plane of fire and then over to Clantha. Yes. Whoop, whoop. We'll be like, I don't know, 1,000 feet outside of Clantha, like usual.
Yeah. As you once again pop into the plane of fire, for a brief split second, you hear "wigs for sale," and you pop into Clantha.
That guy gets around, huh?
He's fast.
I love Salazar. He's my favorite NPC ever.
By the way, the mayor of Planto, or at least there is a politician who is corrupt here.
is it in Planta itself, or is it somewhere within this region?
I think I asked for Planta specifically. I get the actual.
Okay, but right, okay. No, that's good information to start with. And again, like I said, politicians, so they're usually lips are moving, they're lying to you.
Can attest to that.
Never hurts to be a little more foreknowledge. Okay, so Klanta, and we should walk on in. I would like to scope out the outskirts, kind of maybe watch some caravan or some other people arrive at the gate, see how the gate goes.
Okay, yeah. Seems as though there's no traffic coming from Gelling, but there is other traffic going into the city.
Coming from other directions, so we should join one of those groups of people or crowds of people.
Correct.
Let's do that and not arrive from Gelling.
Walking.
Yeah.
What does the area look like?
It's pretty open grassland.
Okay, so similar.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a wall around the city, though not a overtly large wall. People seem to be kind of downtrodden. Definitely seems as like though there's an air of oppression.
Okay.
Air of oppression. Okay, that's a new one.
Hold on, my computer's acting up. I apologize. Oh, that did not do what I wanted it to do. God damn it. Trying to get used to this new layout for this for Roll20.
Mm.
Trying to automatically do my map sizes for me. Layer, map layer. Okay, here we go. Ta-da. Can you guys see that all right? Or did I have...
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Bless you, don't do it again.
Don't tell me what to do, for one. For two, I appreciate the bless you.
Oh no, I got it now. I like Rusty maps. That guy does some real nice work.
Yeah.
Are we entering from the west or the east? Because you said nothing's coming from the south, so no traffic into the market on the south.
Yeah, you can either come in from the north, east, or west. It's all up to you guys.
Let's go across one of the bridges.
Go for the west.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You guys coming from the west side here? I'm on GM layer. Over here.
Yeah.
Correct.
Alrighty. So you're coming in, and there's definitely like an air of, people aren't happy with their lot right now. At least not here. And it's subdued. You walk by some small market stalls, and no one really seems to be overtly hawking their wares.
Is anyone happy?
No.
Doesn't really seem that way.
Okay, so the guards aren't happy also?
Nope.
Okay. So they're all unhappy. Vigo, the biggest thing to do here is to get you in contact with the underground.
Initially, yes, but also got to find out if the mayor's corrupt, as Silas had mentioned.
Yeah, well, that'd be in the castle, probably. As we just look left.
Is there any church people around?
You don't see any Bane of Signias of Bane.
Okay.
Is there any religious symbols anywhere that we've seen so far just walking?
No.
Okay. So everyone looks miserable,
Mm-hmm.
right? Ooh, is there any noticeable reason? Because normally it'd be like the guards are pissing on the peasants or something along that nature, but they're also miserable. So
Nope.
is there any... So there's no visible reason that we could just see. They just all have this aura of just like unhappy sadness.
Yes.
Okay. So it might not be the local? So it might be just the Dragon Riders even more harsh than Ianda's was?
Probably.
Okay, we want to find an inn? Because we're going to need a place to stay.
That sounds good. Let's take a look around. We'll try the craftsman's quarters. Let's do that. Is there an inn down in the craftsman's quarters? Somewhere down here?
Are you asking people? Or are you looking, or what do you want to do?
No, we're gonna walk. I'm gonna walk through the western gate. Look kind of hangdog and non-committal to the guards, and walk into the craftsman's quarters and look around and see if there's any hanging shingles.
All right, make a perception check for me. Okay. As you're walking around, you do see that there's this one building that has like a picture of some type of bird that's the sign's like half hanging off. You see lettering that says "The Pathetic Fowl."
Oh, how charming! Well, if nothing else, we'll stop in and have a drink.
Sure, you can gather some information from the innkeep at least.
Sure, they're usually chatty for enough price. Okay, so could you ping the pathetic trial again, please? And let's walk on in.
It would be this building here.
Thank you.
As you walk in, it's definitely a mix between a tavern and an inn, and it's just Like there's broken stools all over the place. Most of the tables are busted. Um, there's a dude passed out in the corner with a mug of ale in their hand. And as you walk in, there's like a burly human male that goes, visitors, what you want?
Wow. Okay. Well, we're going to try some of your finest, but I'm not sure you have anything that would be considered finest, even in this place. Is there another place I could go and find an inn for the night?
No, we're the only one in town.
Wonderful. And what has become of this town that brings such a cheery atmosphere to it all?
You must be from one of the other areas, huh? Unfortunately, our wonderful leader is the best in the world, and we're all happy here. Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course. We're very happy where we're from too, and we also have a wonderful leader where we're from. But just wondering, want to see traveling a little bit for some business, but didn't know if we might find someone to talk to about business. My friend here, this large plant-looking guy, he's a very big druid, kind of a weird spell. Anyway, has a wonderful wine you might like to taste. Moon, do you have some of your wine to offer this gentleman?
Yeah, I always have some of my wine.
Why don't you give him a taste of some of your wine, and let's see if we can strike up a conversation and possibly a monetary deal.
Yeah, I place 2 bottles of the wine on the counter. Hello, Mel.
Oh, well, go ahead and tell him a little about it so he can appreciate the fine vintage that it is. Mood.
Say that one more time. I didn't.
Talk to the nice man, explain to him about the fine vintage so he might strike up a desire to purchase this from us.
Yeah, I'll. Mood will bullshit some thing about the wine.
It's even worth having you make a persuasion check. You know what? Make a persuasion check because I know you want to.
Let's make that a 20 just to beat awesome. It's a 20.
Listen, how much you looking to sell them for?
How about a week of rooms?
Easily done.
Solid.
We'll take 2 bottles and put them behind the counter, and he'll hand out how many rooms do you need.
I think we need 2 is what we've been doing.
He'll hand you 3 keys. You can have
Huzzah.
3 rooms.
Huzzah. We have 3 rooms.
Well, that was easy. Wonderful. And is there anything for food here in this fine establishment?
Yeah, we got food. Give me a couple minutes. I'll get something out here for you.
Oh, wonderful. And we have another question for you when you come back. Well, we have time for that, friend. Is he friendly just to Mood or to everybody?
He's perked up a little bit to all of you now that this little transaction's gone down. He'll
wonderful.
He'll go in the back room real quick. Couple minutes go by and he'll come back out with we got 5 people, 5 plates of hot food. Looks like a vegetable stew. We'll go, sorry it's not much, but this has been a little bad lately.
We might be in town in a few days. Maybe we can help perk that business up for you.
Does he try the wine at all?
No. You get the feeling that he's going to use it to give to patrons.
Okay, so anyone that tries the wine does need to make a charisma save.
Of what?
Charisma saving throw if they
no, like
try
what's the DC
wine.
though?
What's my DC? 19.
All right, most will probably fail. But...
And when they fail, they're just charmed by Mood, so they'll be very friendly to Mood.
Okay.
Okay, so let's we'll chat him up a little bit. Silas, if you think of any questions you want to chip in with, you're welcome to it. Dunny, same thing, unless you want to kind of sit there. Oh, that's the question. My other large furry friend here is into a bit of rough and tumble and some, fisticuffs. Is there any place in town that might support that, allow him to, without getting in trouble with the local gendarmes, uh, you know, uh, bash his knuckles into somebody for a while?
I mean, there's always people that you can bash your knuckles into if you know where to look.
Well, let's say we wanted to bet on it and have it like actually
Where's
be a
that?
mostly fair match.
We would never have anything, shady in town. As he like puts his hand on the bar and like pulls it back, and there's a weird looking coin there. And he goes, you wouldn't want to go to the Divine Square into the gazebo there and put the coin in the centerpiece. You wouldn't want to do that. Especially when nobody's around at about, a little after dusk.
Vigo makes the coin disappear with fast hands and then looks back and says, "What coin?"
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Neither do I. So,
Can I
but
make
that'd
an
be wonderful. So,
intelligence check?
sometime after dusk would be a time not to go that area.
Of course. You can always make one. It's whether or not you get a decent score is besides the point. Right, so what are you doing your intelligence check for?
To see if I get what he was
You
talking
followed that line of logic.
about. Yeah.
Now your head hurts.
How much psychic damage?
1 point. And make a sphere check. Make 2 rolls.
Okie dokie. That 85 and 52.
Yeah, you need to like below a 20 or something like that.
It's below 10.
Below 10, yeah. Yeah, so sphere eludes you again today.
I feel like as soon as I finally solve it, the planet might just crush like a can.
It's like one of those Final Fantasy bosses where you have to, like, hidden bosses where you have to go to one continent and get one part, another part. So, yeah, once you solve it, it's going to be a secret in-game boss.
Hell yeah.
I am here.
Yay.
Hey, Mel, welcome, Mel. How was your drive?
It wasn't too bad.
That's good.
Glad you arrived safely.
Yes, arrived safely. Kids are at their dad's. Car is unloaded. Yep. Logan is still sick.
Poor Logan.
Sorry to hear that.
How's the baby doing?
She's fine.
Good.
Do we want to quickly jump back in time since now we have that
Yes,
opportunity?
so we're going to do a real quick back jump in time. During the 2 days of
Okay.
downtime before the church got filled with lava and everyone was destroyed. So,
Oh,
Ooh.
The big mood is a statue.
Ooh.
the big move's a statue. Okay.
Okay, so basically, Mel, hold on. What's happened recently before this smash cut back in prayer time? We identified the important religious people arriving in Zenhas. Mood then created an image of a giant statue of himself over the church compound, filled it with lava, and they all died within seconds. And then he reshaped the statue to look like the mayor of the city, and that image is in the Discord channel memes. So that would be that third meme that's in there right now. So that's what he did. We've traveled to the next area to fight a burly dwarf and the dwarf's dragon. But we're just kind of arriving. Everybody's depressed and very low energy. And we did locate Dooney a place for a fight, hopefully later tonight. But But now, since you've arrived, we're going to smash cut back in time to before the church melted down. And
Okay.
there's something going on that Mood has prepared for you.
For me.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
all
'cause,
I know.
You were helping me do something over the 2 days of downtime with
Okay.
the animals that were not to be harmed.
Oh, right. Yes. Oh, is this what I read?
Did you just read something?
Yeah, I sent
I
it all
read
to her.
something. I sent something sent to me.
Okay,
But
so
if it's not in the, we should go over it if it didn't end up on stream.
Oh,
Well,
it's
so
about to go
you-
on stream.
Oh, okay, there you go.
What?
So you and Mood, in your day and a half to 2 day downtime,
Yes.
go and find as many small animals as you can, gathering them up, getting them to follow you, and you guys, and Mood takes and teleports you all to the lovely little city of what's the other one? Idlewell. Okay, and as you wake up in the morning on this last day of rest, you see that Mood is standing over the center of an awe-inspiring event, ready to showcase the extraordinary. There's a crowd gathered, and there's a hush that falls over the crowd as they await the grand unveiling of this colossal cake that is towered before them. Its decadent layers and intricate decorations promise a treat for the senses. With a thought from Mood, the air crackles with magical energy, and the curtain gracefully parts to reveal the magnificent cake. The audience gasps in delight, their anticipation reaching its peak, as a thunderous roar reverberates from within the cake. The crowd's excitement turns to alarm as hundreds of buff, oiled, Vigo-looking halfling men, their bodies glistening in the light, burst forth from the cake, each one sporting a t-shirt proudly displaying the words Cake Man emblazoned across their chests. Their sudden appearance and wild frenzied movements sparked panic and confusion among the audience. Mood, overseeing this enchanting affair, surveys the scene with intrigue. The fleeing halfling men scatter in every direction, their muscles rippling as they dash through the venue. Their screeches mingle with the shouts and gasps of onlookers, creating a symphony of chaos and pandemonium. The once orderly space erupted into a frenetic dance of survival as guests hurriedly sought safety amidst the tumultuous scene. Chairs topple, tables overturn, and people stumble over one another in their desperate attempts to evade the rushing cake men. The panic spread like wildfire, gripping the audience with a mix of fear and adrenaline. With each stride, the halfling men showcase their agility and strength. They leap over obstacles, bound off walls, and weave through the chaos with uncanny speed. The venue is transformed into a maze of madness as the halfling men dashed in all directions, their path intersecting and intertwining, causing collisions and further adding to the chaos. Mood, maintaining a watchful eye, monitors the situation with a blend of fascination and responsibility. There's an opportunity for the audience to witness the exuberance of Cake Man in its untamed glory. Eventually, the chaos begins to subside as if guided by an unseen force, the halfling men gradually slowing their pace, their frantic energy diminishing. The panic-stricken audience watched with bated breath as the halfling men reverted to their original animal forms, their oiled bodies glistening as they stood still, their t-shirts declaring Cake Man. As the final curtain descended upon the mesmerizing display, the audience, though initially shaken, now bore witness to the boundless power that dwelled within the realms of Cake Man. Mood stood amidst the echoes of panic and awe, happily knowing that the second show had gone off without a hitch. No one injured and everyone cheering for the Cake Man known as Vigo.
That's awesome.
The simulacrum is going to die.
I didn't lie to you. The simulacrum had no part of that.
Nope.
And why did we do that?
Mood was a little bored.
Okay.
We had 2 days of downtime. He had a new spell that he hadn't gotten to use in a long while. So it was like, let's see what we can do.
Okay.
And fast forward to the future.
So if Silas now looks at Mood, Mood underneath the vines has a T-shirt on that says Cake Man. And Mood did give one to you, Mel.
Aw, nice. Thank you.
I would have, if when this happened and I heard about the cake man and would have seen him come back with the cake man shirt, I would have just calmly started praying, asking for serenity, and just know that he is just a fractured portion of whatever same thing that actually does exist in him. And going back to today, I just look over, see the shirt again, and just shake my head, just in disappointment.
It should be an awe.
Yeah, it was a beautiful cake.
And no one was hurt. And they're all cheering Cake Man.
This is not how a god should be acting.
Cake man, cake man.
I believe I have given Vigo the best cover story in the world.
Everyone will know of Vigo.
Everyone will know of Cake Man Vigo, but who is
Cake
going
Man
to
Vigo.
expect Cake Man Vigo to be a mafia boss? Now, like, so I see two things. I see, like, they either don't expect it, which is great, or, like, they are going to be like, oh, you're just Cake Man, what are you going to do? And then we're going to show them what Vigo can do. And it's like the perfect mixture of, like, we will show that Vigo is Vigo, but the mass public will never expect Vigo to be the underground boss that he is making.
I get an idea that you're trying to give me the credit for no one suspects the Spanish Inquisition.
Very close, yes.
So I look
Very
at the
creative.
I look at the innkeeper and look at him and it's like, is the mayor, is he a fair mayor, or does he work with somebody to keep you all in your place?
The mayor, of course, is very fair. Why wouldn't he be?
And I lean over and like, but what are those things called? We're not from this continent. We just came in by boat to sell some wares, but what, the dragon riders, are they in this area?
I haven't seen. Hold on, let me make sure I get this right one. It says I haven't seen him lately. It's been a minute since he's been in this area.
Oh, I'm guessing he stays in the capital. What's the capital of Bane then?
The capital of this area is. I'm zoomed all the way out. Gogas. That is usually where he is located.
Okay, well, we probably gonna end up there. We'll just be here a few days, be on our way.
Well, I mean, you have rooms for a week, so.
And I appreciate the rooms for. Does anybody else have anything before we go to bed?
But we got the...
I'll say it's still early morning, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's early
Because
morning.
you remember
so
your plane
yeah, we've
shifted.
got the day. Why don't we walk around the town a little bit, see what's here, and then we get a little lunch, and then get set up for Dooney just after sunset.
Dooney went to bed, so we'll do that next week at least. Oh, sorry,
I see.
I didn't
Okay.
mean to move you guys.
Okay. So Vigo would like to take a little walk around the town just to kind of see what's here and there, and just get a general mood and do his routine of looking around to see if there's any marks for the unseen dust.
Yes.
And we do know there is some politician we need to worry about in this town. So figuring out who that is might be a good idea.
Correct.
Could you guys hear that?
I heard something. I don't
Yes.
know what it was.
Sorry.
I'll be right back.
Grandma's yelling at the baby outside.
Silas, do you want to try to narrow down kind of like who or why we should be worried about the person my aunt told you to be worried about?
I can narrow it down, yes. I can ask them, is it the mayor of this town? Is the person in this town? And does this person already know about our arrival?
Well, we already know it's in this town.
Okay.
Yep.
Um,
Do we? Yeah, I was like, do we care if they know? Because we're kind of just gonna go see them immediately, right?
More or less.
Like, unless we can figure out why are they on our radar? Is it? Or I guess something to help. What yes? Does anyone have an idea about what yes or no question we could ask that is deterministic and would help us figure out who or what this person is?
Well, so I'm gonna take a step back. Why do we even care about this town? Outside of it's just on the way to X area.
God told us there was someone here to worry about.
Okay. I think it might be they're just going to be alerting that we're already in town.
I mean, is that something we would worry about?
I mean, it would just make it harder for us because that would give our next Dragon Rider time to prepare for our arrival.
That's true, but I mean, I wouldn't worry about that, right?
All right. I'm sorry. I'm jumping here. Hang on. Raedra said to stop worrying about taking over the towns and wiping out the churches, and just focus on getting rid of the Dragon Riders. So, if the Dragon Rider has not been around this town recently, we need to move on to somewhere else.
Right, but God said someone in this town is a problem for us.
No,
didn't he?
I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the question was: is there a corrupt politician in the town? Answer: yes.
Well, it was: is there a corrupt politician in this town that we need to worry about? And that last part of that sentence has me worried. So that means they have some impact somewhere that affects us negatively enough to have to deal with, right?
So let's at least see the mayor first, see what they're like, and then we'll go from there. And see if there's more information we can glean. I think we should fix the problem head on.
Well, we don't know it's the mayor. That's what I'm going. That's what I'm like. Do you want to focus it down a little bit to be like is it the mayor is a good question. I was just saying, like, is it like it could be a politician that's not linked to this town that just happens to be here? There was a lot of open-ended questions with there's a lot of open-endedness with the question.
Okay. How about we start with is the politician actually linked to this town?
Yeah, there you go.
The politician the mayor? And then is our target, is the next Dragon Rider already aware of our presence?
I'd put the mayor question first because that would answer the second question.
Okay. If that's the case, if that gets answered yes, is the mayor aware of our presence already?
Yeah, solid.
Okay. I would like to ask 3 questions. I'll go upstairs and commune using the ritual, so I'll be there for a good minute. Question is the mayor the politician we should be worried about that is corrupt in this town that we should be worried about?
You get no.
Okay. Is the politician that is corrupt, is he linked to this town?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And that now we can narrow it down to who it is, and then we can maybe just go talk to those people. Is the Dragon Rider already aware that we are in this area?
Unsure.
Okay. I'll come down with those answers.
Solid. So maybe the mayor will be on our side.
Are we still in Iandis's areas?
No.
Oh no. Okay, we've moved on from there. Okay.
So if you look at I moved you all the overall map real quick. You guys are currently in
Okay.
Atlanta.
Okay, so we're in a new Dragon Riders territory.
Yes. Can you see the green area around it?
Barely, but yes.
Yeah. So that's you. You're in the Emerald
Okay.
Dragons territory.
Okay.
Solid. Do we want to go talk to the mayor? Since now we also know that he's not even the one we really need to worry about.
I'd be down for that, yes.
Okay. The party heads off to go find the mayor, I guess.
Huzzah!
Okay. Yeah. Easy enough to do. You head towards the small little castle there, which is just a large mansion essentially. And it's good that there are guards outside. How do you want to approach?
Just come up and say we want to talk to the mayor.
Do you have an appointment, my lady?
No, we're new in town and wanted to give our respects.
Well, we will put you on the list, and when you are able to see him, we will let you know.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Have a wonderful day.
You as
Just excuse me, how long is the list?
You might be able to see him within a week.
Oh, way too long. Is there any way we could see him a little bit sooner? Maybe maybe provide a donation to his next campaign.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm gonna give myself guidance. For 17.
Once again, one of the clerics is trying to get in politics and bribing an official in political. Hey, man, clerics are more corrupt than anybody else. I'm at least honest about being a thief.
You're not a thief. You're a relocator.
No, I'm a thief.
The guard holds out his hand.
I dropped 5 gold into it.
He drops it on the ground. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Your gold slipped out of my hands.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, I'm gonna look at Vigo. I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna open up something and tell him exactly where it's at so we can reach for it. Like, I'm sorry, I have some more. My cog's gonna help me reach in. I'm gonna give you one of my 20 gold nuggets, and you can palm that and give it to him. Would that be possible?
Can I interlude?
Sure.
Okay.
Is the guard hot?
That's
No.
another question.
No.
Is the guards are either no? Okay. So I'm gonna come in, but I'm gonna look like. So I'm gonna like duck down and then look like the circus ring conductor that I used for the show. And I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, "Sir, I must get a meeting with the mayor. The financial opportunity here is outstanding. The show of a lifetime."
Make a persuasion check.
Let's add. So I want to. I'll just make that a 20. I think that's enough. Yeah, so I use make it a 20.
The guard will scoop down and pick up the 5 gold pieces and go, very well. The mayor will see you now. Sir?
Perfect. Come, my troop. And you see, Sabanto and Kojo have turned into like buff man, like circus people, and they're like carrying like what looks like a PowerPoint presentation.
Jeez.
Their arms are loaded down with rolls of scrolls.
Yep.
Pushing the glasses up their nose to start to slide down.
All right, where am I walking?
Yeah. So you walk into the main area, and as you're led into the foyer area, there's a butler that opens the door for you and says, greetings, sir. I will let the mayor know that you have arrived. What is your name?
I'm the miraculous Muda.
The miraculous Muda.
Yes.
Very well. Please be seated. And you'll see there's like a tray of assorted goods on a small little table for you guys. And he will head upstairs.
Lovely.
After a few minutes, he comes back down and says, please allow the mayor another 5 minutes or so to finish something up, and then he will be down.
Alrighty then.
Is there anything I can get for you while you wait?
I see we have snacks but no drink.
Oh, my apologies, sir. What would you like to drink?
What's like a step up from Carney Ale, but it's like Carney wine?
That would be Pinot Grigio, sir.
Yes.
I'm sorry, we don't have anything that subpar here. I'll take care of you, though. I'll be right back.
Wonderful.
And he'll disappear. And as he comes back out, it's right around the time the mayor's coming down the stairs. And it's a halfling. He goes, oh, man, I'm so busy today, but I got guests, I got opportunities, and all right. And the butler says, here you are. This is a 50-year-old wine. I hope you enjoy it. And he'll put it on the table. He'll pop the cork and put it on the table for you.
Ah, lovely. I just kind of look at it and I'm gonna subtly cast Fey food on it, but then I'll start drinking some.
Okay. Lord Morenas, we'll see you now.
Lovely.
So, hello, the magnificent Muda. What can I do for you today?
Yes, I am here to talk to you about the most wonderful business opportunity. Actually, multiple wonderful business opportunities. One of them is quite monetarily lucrative for both me and you. But I believe we have a more serious conversation to have first to see if we can even get to here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look at Vigo and be like, go ahead.
Oh, you're the one. Let's see. So your royal mayorship or highness?
please, no. Marianus is fine.
Major Anus?
No,
Okay.
Marianus.
Moranis. It's this weird tongue accent you guys have. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so he's a halfling.
Yes.
So we're looking eyeball to eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
The miraculous Muda does have a few opportunities for you and some lovely wine he'd love to gift to you here to show our appreciation for you seeing us. And I look back at Mood to make sure he's providing a bottle of his wine and say that we have recently arrived in town and come to understand that your leadership is bringing joy and happiness to all your people, and we would like to know how you do that and understand is it the church that's providing this to you, or is it the great leader above you that brings their guidance down on to help your people be so joyous?
Well, first I'm going to call you out on your bullshit because my citizens are not happy, and neither am I. Unfortunately, we are ruled by an iron thumb. We can only talk freely here because I have privacy wards set up so that anything we talk about in here does not go outside the castle. And he eyes his butler. And the butler nods and disappears out the room. So feel free to speak plainly with me. It is no secrets that our lovely, I don't want to say leader, but our dragon rider Sidavan is not a benevolent being, and Bizek even worse so. But please, enough about that. What can I do for you?
Well, since you want to speak plainly here, and I will do so, what if we could enact the removal of said dragon rider and lizard creature? Would that be of any value to you and your people?
Just talking about this is treason, and they can kill me for it if other people were to find out. So I have to politely decline.
Wait a minute. You just said nothing said inside this office can be heard outside or detected because of your wards, so we can speak plainly.
Correct.
Then the next thing you say to me is, well, I can't talk about that.
Because I do not know you.
Because I'm calling you out on your bullshit.
And I do not know you. You could turn around and go to
you.
You could turn around and go to Sidavan yourself and blow me in and try to get me killed. I don't think so. I like living.
Why would I do that? If I wanted to remove you, you would not be standing here. We would not be having this conversation. So the fact that we're holding this conversation and the fact that I'm willing to speak plainly to you tells you I'm not after your job. I have bigger fish to fry. You're not even a guppy.
Are you making fun of my height?
I'm looking this guy eyeball to eyeball. Really?
I get in between them to break them up.
And now they're just staring at. He's staring at your crotch, and Vigo's staring at your butt.
Guys, settle down. What if we told you we know the people who took out Iandis?
Well, then I would be interested to hear who it was.
It was us. We took out Iandis. We have also since have gone to different areas and have liberated the churches from 2 different towns. Now, you all don't seem to be as religiously motivated here, so we might just have to pull it off. Pass by you. But if we can get your word for you that if you are willing to help us, you can stay in power. If not, the next person I see after we defeat the Emerald Dragon Rider is going to be you. And it is going to be, I look over at my colleagues, a not so good time for you.
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
hold on. Advantage.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
Huh.
Intimidation?
Yeah.
Nope. I mean,
It says, well, while I do believe you, you are not as threatening as I think you are.
no, I get that. I'm not the most intimidating person here.
You look like more like somebody who would heal me if I was hurting.
Well, no, I'll make it easier for you to pass on. But that's besides the point. Look, we've been here, we've done the thing, and if you want to believe us, you don't have to. But so far, we've been upright with you. If you are upright with us, you will be a made man. Isn't that right, Vigo?
No, I'm a made man. He just gets to keep his job.
I roll my eyes at that since I didn't pick that up. Anyway, this is an opportunity for you to be good to your people.
Ooh, I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna be like, we only need one, or we don't need much. And I revert back to being a plant person.
He is visibly taken aback by that.
We don't need much. We need as much as you know about the Dragon Rider, and there's some politician in this town that would be a threat to us. Do you happen to know who that would be?
Oh, that's got to be the head priest.
And the head priest is in this town somewhere?
He should be in his church.
Okay. We took a quick look around and didn't see one. Can you tell us where the church is?
Yeah, it's the big building in the southern town. Did you look for the actual church, or did you just look for clergy members?
No, we did a real quick sweep.
Oh, yeah, that's probably why you missed it then.
Okay, perfect. And then I guess anything you can tell us about him, them, and if you have any issue with us removing that person.
Removing him would probably help the town get a little bit of oomph back, but the big thing, will be taking care of our rider. He needs to go.
Okay, yeah. So anything you can tell us about them. And then once we finish that up, I can tell you, and then I revert back into the other. I have the ringmaster outfit. I do have a wonderful business opportunity at work after this is all done and dealt with that will bring even more life to the town.
He'll say, Sitovan is a dwarf, and he is very burly, very hands-on, very scary. He rules this area with the iron fist. I do not know what his dragon is capable of, but you don't see it, in the next thing you know, it's right there and devouring somebody. So just be mindful of that and be careful.
Has he himself dealt with all of the issues that have arisen?
No. He usually makes us take care of that, and then if he doesn't like what we do, he has some way of bringing us to him. Like, I'll go to bed at night and I'll wake up in his fortress.
Ooh, that's
It's not
That's
fun.
potent.
It's scary.
yeah, that's potent. Yeah, that's valuable information to know. Do you have any idea on how he knows who to pick,
I am
or is it like blatant failure leads to being kidnapped?
blatant failure.
Okay. Uh. So
One sec. My
Yeah.
sister's here.
Anybody got any burning questions to bring?
No, I think I'm actually good for tonight. I think this is a good stopping point.
Yeah, we can get a lot.
You're
of
doing
information
fine. Yeah. Go ahead and finish up your conversation. I think we can call it.
Solid. And then we can use the planning channel if we can think of any more questions over the week.
Concur.
All right, back. Sorry.
Questions about where he was going.
I believe he has spies that watch over the towns.
Okay. Did he remove all of the wildlife like Iendis did?
There should be some wildlife out there. The wildlife usually stays away from the main roads, though.
Okay.
We do send patrols out with caravans just in case.
Okay. Has any like major issue come to the town that wouldn't be solved by regular people that he had to then come deal with?
No, because that would show an inability for me to take care of problems.
Okay, so nothing like, the giant monkey the size of the castle showed up and decided to break it down. Nothing of that nature?
Can't say I've ever seen anything like that. As his
Okay.
octave goes up a little higher, like he's worried about that happening now.
Oh, okay. I got no more burning questions. Besides, like, tell us about the priest?
The priest is a real fire and brimstone preacher. He has no problem smiting members of the what's the word I'm looking for? Congregation. So yeah. Be mindful. Be careful.
Can you describe how he smites them?
Usually says a spell and then they're caught in a holy fire.
So like flame strike, or
Yeah, it'd be
is that
flame
flame
strike.
strike? Is that sacred fire? Is it?
It'd be flame strike.
Okay.
Oh no, flame strike.
I mean, that's your god said we had to worry about it, so I'm worried about that guy.
I have a more powerful spell than that, and trust me.
Well, you're right, but do you think your god would have said to worry about someone that was weaker than you?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
We'll scout out the church and we'll see. We'll probably take care of it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Well,
we can make a plan.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have any more burning questions that, like, I'll probably figure out some over the week and put it in the planning channel.
Sounds good to me.
So we're gonna assume I've asked those questions, and then I'm going to describe to him a Cake Man 2.0 that's gonna show on the little PowerPoint presentation using illusion magic. And I will also brainstorm some ideas for that once we've saved the city.
I've heard rumors about this cake man from one of the towns in Iendis' district.
Yes, it is a wonderful display that brings happiness and thriving commerce.
Vigo does not say a thing, nor does he support this concept.
All right, Mel, you got anything? Mel, are you muted? Silas, you got anything you want to talk to Mary about?
I'm good, to be honest.
Okay, Vigo.
No, Vigo's done with a major ass, or whatever his name was.
I see ML back.
Can you hear me now?
Yay, there she is.
Okay, that was weird. I was saying I'm interested to know if they have a library because I'm kind of bothered by last time with the library that had nothing in it but the particular text. So
He'll say there is a library, but there's not much in it.
what is in it?
You'll have to find that out next time we meet.
Okay.
Gives me a week to get it ready to rock and roll.
Mm-hmm. Well, if it's the same as the other library, there's not much to get ready.
When we leave, I leave the mayor goodie bags with T-shirts and Cake Man memorabilia. All right, well, that was good. Yeah.
Good session.
Thank you, sir. Glad you're feeling better. I hope you continue to feel better through the week.
Me too. Almost died a couple times coughing, but you know how that goes.
Do you think it's just a flu or
It's
what?
just a stupid chest cold that won't go away. But then when I start like coughing a bit, I'll just go into a coughing fit. It's so annoying. So
Yeah, I feel that.
I'm a lot better than I was 2 weeks ago. So, and then everyone else is starting to get strep, so I'm trying to stay away from everybody.
Yeah, that's not going right from a chest cold to strep throat. Oh.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
Well, yep. So yeah, throw any questions you got in the planning channel, whatever you guys want to work on next week, and I'll prep throughout the week, and we'll go from there. So
Sounds good.
Thank you, sir. Look forward to seeing everybody next week. And and don't forget, it'll be evening, so we got to roll into Dunny's fighting pit.
Yes.
Yepers. I have that. That's already prepped up and ready to go. Hopefully within the next couple weeks, I'm gonna have some news.
Oh,
Solid.
all right, interesting.
You're in on this, Chris.
Okay, cool.
You
Look forward to
already
hearing the news.
you already know what's going on with it.
I understand.
Gotcha.
All right.
So,
All right. Have a good week, everybody,
Yeah.
and we'll see those of you tomorrow.
I'm gonna stop
Bye.
recording, and we're gonna try and raid somebody.